I normally have a really simple approach to opinion polls. I ignore them unless it's in the last few weeks before a general election, and certainly no general election was won 3.5 years out. The electorate at the moment is incredibly fickle. Things can change in a matter of weeks. Look at Sinn Féin the last time around. They went from the previous summer to everyone talking about Mary Lou being under huge pressure in the local elections to sweeping the boards in the election. But this poll is hard to ignore because of the Sinn Féin lead. It confirms that the Sinn Féin rise is real, and they have got that rise to some degree by playing classic opposition politics, the kind that Fianna Fáil would have mastered over the years, where basically you say no to nobody. Regardless,
they've out Fianna Fáil.
But regardless of how undeserving the cause is, and you'll hear them on this programme, no matter what the thing is, no, we think that should happen, yes, we should give that extra money. And look, that's opposition politics. They have also, and I'm not quite sure how they've done this, but they definitely have done this, and I come across it a lot in day-to-day life chatting to people. They have created a narrative that they are the solution to the various problems affecting the country. Some of those problems exaggerated, some very real. So Sinn Féin can solve housing. Sinn Féin can meet the disappointed expectations not met. Sinn Féin can solve the higher energy bills. Sinn Féin can solve the MICA issue. They have done that. Now, of course, in government it'll be very different. You know the old Mario Cuomo line, campaign in poetry, govern in prose. They will find, if and when they get to government, that it'll be very different and it'll be very difficult. But certainly they have very cleverly created that narrative. And I think Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael are going to have a difficult job wrestling that narrative back. Not impossible. I mean, they're not a million miles off. Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael are not a million miles off where they were in the last general election. But I think it'll be very difficult for them to wrestle that narrative back. The momentum is certainly with Sinn Féin at the moment.
I would agree with you. And I agree with you particularly about the narrative. I think that in general, the country is a little bit sick and tired of the same old, same old. I think that happens in politics. I think people get tired of the government, and Fine Gael have been in government particularly for a very long time. I think that there is that narrative, that opposition mindset in society. I think everything is a crisis, everything is a scandal, and therefore the opposition parties look like they're the ones who are in the ascendancy, and maybe they should be in the ascendancy, because maybe that would allow us to be a bit more balanced, a bit more grown up, because what is quite likely when opposition parties get into government is it turns out that they can't fix every problem, and that they were actually
problems are complex,
hurling from a ditch.
Yeah.
But so I think we may well see Sinn Féin and a Sinn Féin led government coming up. But maybe you get the governments that you deserve, and you get the governments that you want, and maybe it is time for that change to see, because it is true to say, I think it's fair that Sinn Féin, what they say down here and what they do up north, are two different things. I don't object to a change of regime as such, because I think maybe every now and then the electorate needs a sweeping change, and we've had centrist politics in there for a very long time.